Mindset is one of the most important things you need to work on if you want to see positive results in your life, and if you want to have success in your life. Your mindset is fundamental. Hi angels, welcome back to another video. My name is Amira, and on this channel we talk all about femininity and queen consciousness. In today's video I want to discuss with you the mindset of a queen. Now, you've heard it before. The mindset determines everything. The mindset determines what quality of life you will live, the things you will manifest in life, and all of the reality that you experience comes from the mindset. Okay, so if you can think of your mindset as the roots of a tree, and the fruits are the things you manifest in life. So depending on the quality of the roots, it will determine the quality of the fruit. Okay, so if your fruit is rotten, maybe the root is the problem. Okay, so today let's discuss the mindset of a queen. So we've already established that everything is determined by the mindset, and having a queen conscious mindset is something internal. Okay, it's not external, it's something internal, something that you possess within you. It is the spirit you have inside of you that determines the quality of life you live and the standards by which you live your life. So it's more so about the morals, the characteristics you possess, the traits you possess, the things you say and do, the example you lead by. Okay, so it's not so much about materialism or physicality. It's more an internal feeling and an internal way of being that manifests on the outside in terms of what you say, what you do, how you act, your interactions, the quality of the people around you. All of these things are just manifestations of what is happening internally. Okay, so let's begin at the beginning. Where does a queen conscious mindset begin? When do you begin to cultivate this mindset? In my opinion, it begins with parenting. Now, unfortunately, I wasn't brought up in a household where I was brought up with this mindset of queen consciousness. I only learned it later on in my life. However, we as women need to think about the next generation. We need to think about our children, and we need to think about teaching them how to have a queen conscious mindset from a very young age, from a child, so that they grow up with these morals, these characteristics, the standard of life. Okay, they don't need to adjust later on in life to a higher standard, or get rid of certain conditioning or beliefs, because we didn't bring them up with those conditioning and beliefs that they now need to get rid of. So the best way for us to teach our children queen consciousness is firstly to model it ourselves. That is the best way children learn, is by watching what you do. They don't always do what you say, but they do what you do. So if we can model a queen conscious behavior, and if we can be role models to them that are queen conscious women, it's only natural that they will follow suit, and that they will copycat our behavior, and that they will also adopt those lifestyles into their lives. It's very unfortunate. If I have to look around in my life, I don't know a lot of people with a queen conscious or a king conscious mindset. Not my parents, not anyone in my family, or in extended family, or even friends of family do I know that has this mindset. And it's unfortunate because we lack this so much in society. We are told that we are less than, we are told what to believe, we are told how to act, and these ways of being become normal for us, not realizing that it's actually detrimental for us. Okay, especially as women, we suffer the most because we are conditioned to accept whatever is given to us. We are conditioned to just go with the flow, to do what other people expect us to do. Okay, to submit to husbands and to men that are not good for us. They don't treat us well enough. Okay, so these are just small things. There's a long list of consequences I can give you for growing up with a mindset that teaches you to be a low value woman. But for now, yes, those are just a few things that happen to us because we grow up with this conditioning that we are less than, that we need to be low value woman, okay? And it's unacceptable. If I think about the kind of life I want my child to live, I want her to live the best life possible. And the only way she can do that is if I give her the tools she needs in terms of a mindset, in terms of a way of being, that she can manifest this life for herself. So a lot of us grow up with trauma, okay? We all have these huge pain bodies full of trauma. And it could come from, traumatic experiences when we are younger, toxic parents, physical abuse, mental abuse. It could take many forms, okay? But these traumas become our identity. These traumas live within us and they determine the quality of life that we live, because we make decisions based on what we see, what we hear, and what we experience. And that becomes our belief system as we get older. And this is what we call conditioning. So if you see certain behaviors as you grow up, if you hear certain things as you grow up, and if you experience certain things, that becomes your belief system. It becomes your programming. And your programming will determine the quality of life you live and how things will manifest in your life, positive or negative. So as a result, because of a lot of these traumas, we diminish ourselves. We see ourselves as low value, not worthy, not deserving, okay? And we struggle to see our true value as queens. We struggle to see our true essence as queens, okay? And this is dangerous, because if you don't understand and if you don't fully accept that you are a queen, you are going to just accept anything that comes your way. You are not going to want what you want because you deserve it. You are just going to take what you can get, okay? You're going to have this pick-me mentality when it comes to relationships, when it comes to anything in your life, career, work, money, anything will be revolving around this pick-me mentality. Because I'm not good enough, because I don't know how to want more for myself, I just take what I can get, okay? And what ends up happening is that we live in a defeated mindset. So promises get broken and it affects us. We get disappointed by people, by opportunities, by circumstances, and it makes us feel hopeless and helpless. And as a result, we live in a defeated mindset. And this defeated mindset is what we need to break free from. Another thing that determines our mindset is our mothers, okay? Our mothers play one of the most important roles, even more so than society or family or anything like that. Our mothers, because we strongly copycat her behavior. We also strongly accept that her fate is our fate. I know, it just happens because we are conditioned to believe that we need to follow in our mother's footsteps. So think about, what example does your mother set for you? Or did she set for you, okay? Did she model the behavior of a queen conscious woman who was conscious and very much, what is the word I'm looking for? Intentional about her interactions, her relationships, her successes in life? Or was she a low value woman? Was she a pick-me? Was she toxic? Was she narcissistic? These are things you need to be aware of. And it begins with self-awareness. If you can step back from a situation and seriously look at your life objectively, look at your mother objectively, and understand how she has conditioned you to be, then you have a chance of changing that behavior and changing that patterns and breaking the cycles. But if you are in denial and you keep thinking that I'm fine, there's nothing wrong with me, there's nothing wrong with my mother, she did the best she could, and I'm sure she did, but the fact remains you are suffering. If you are not suffering, then there's no reason you need to watch this video, because then you have it all made, everything is good. But if you are suffering in some form, shape or form in your life, whether it be finances or relationships or anything, You know, if you are suffering, there is something in your life, a deep-rooted belief or conditioning that is stopping you from adopting the mindset of a queen fully. And if you can accept that something is blocking you, you can understand what it is, and then you can change it. And then you can adopt the queen conscious mindset you need to move forward. Okay, so continuing with your mother. Okay, think about the relationship she has, with your dad, or with whoever she is married to, or with whoever she is currently in a relationship with. What relationship is she modeling for you to copycat? I'll give you a personal story of my own. My mother is toxic. She's extremely toxic and narcissistic, and she doesn't have high standards for herself. Okay, she and my dad have been together and they have separated 27 times, and she has gotten back with him 27 times. And in that 27 times that they have broken up and made up, or separated and gotten back together, none of them have changed. Nothing has shifted in the way they interact with each other, what they say, what they do, how they operate. Nothing has shifted. So what that tells me is, if I was now not self-aware and if I was just accepting this behavior as normal, what this would tell me is it is normal to just accept whoever you get. It is normal to accept behavior that you are not comfortable with. It is normal to accept someone who emotionally abuses you. It is normal to accept being a 50-50 woman. It is normal to accept all of these roles in my life, even though it is exhausting me and hurting me and abusing me, essentially. That is what that behavior will tell me. And even so, till today, they're not affectionate with each other. They're together now again. I don't know how long this period is going to last, because it's inevitable. It's actually in my conditioning to believe that they will break up again. And then they will make up again, of course, because they are codependent. They cannot live without each other. Okay, the one needs the other one to function on this deep level of dysfunction, if that makes sense. Okay, so what relationship is your mother modeling for you? Is she showing you how to have a healthy relationship with a partner, a husband? Is she showing you how to choose a partner in a way that will help you to grow as a person? Or is she showing you how to choose somebody you can just, someone you can just get? Whoever you can get, take that. You're not going to be young forever. Just take what you can get. You need to be honest with yourself, and you need to be honest with the kind of conditioning you were brought up with. Just this weekend, one of my younger cousins got married, and it was so strange to me because actually it wasn't that strange to me because they don't have the mindset I'm talking about. But she got married to get out of her mother's house. So she just got married to somebody just for the sake of it. Okay, so she doesn't know him well enough to determine the quality of life that she is going to live. And I'm not saying he needs to be a billionaire or he needs to be the best person on earth, but do you know him, or do you know yourself well enough to know that this is the right move for you, or the right person for you, or the right step for you to take right now? We don't think about these things. We do things unconsciously, and we do things just because we believe that this is the next step for us. Why? Because our family says so, because society says so. So we just follow suit. We just do because we are told this is what we need to do. So when we can become aware of all of these things, all of this conditioning, all of this trauma, all of this pain body, all of these things that make us think the way we think and act the way we act, once we become self-aware enough to notice it within us and to observe it within us, then we actually have the power to change. We have the power to identify what it is that is blocking us, or that is causing our suffering in the end, And then we can change it by shifting our mindset. Shifting our mindset towards a queen conscious mindset. Okay, leaving the conditioning behind, healing yourself from within, healing your mindset, healing your spirit essentially, so that you can learn new belief systems and get rid of the old belief systems that are not serving you. So now let's talk a little bit about what a queen conscious mindset entails. Okay, so firstly, a queen only submits to her king. What this means is a queen conscious woman will only submit to a king conscious man who leads her by honoring her. So she's just not going to just take any man she can find and then submit her life to him just because they are now husband and wife. Is he fit to lead you? Is he honoring you? Is he uplifting you? Is he encouraging you? Is he putting you on a pedestal? Is he? If he's not, then I don't believe that you should be submitting to him as a queen conscious woman, because a queen conscious woman knows her worth, and a king can only recognize the worth in a queen. You don't expect a commoner, a dusty, somebody who doesn't even respect himself to respect you. Okay, so think about that. Think about the quality of the men that you allow into your life. Are they high value men? I recently made a video on how to identify a high value man. I will link it in the description below and you can watch it after this video. Next is a queen doesn't feel insecure. Yes, she has flaws and imperfections, but she doesn't allow it to become part of her identity. Okay, she understands and she knows that no other woman can fit her crown or her throne. It is hers. So a queen doesn't compare herself to other queens or to other women. There's no need for her to do that. She knows who she is and she's comfortable with who she is. Queens respect their treasury. This speaks of finances, money. A queen knows how to handle her money. She knows how to make her own money, keep her own money, multiply her own money. You know, everything when it comes to money, she knows how to manage her money. She doesn't go spending, buying designer clothes, buying designer bags, but then she doesn't have a decent place to stay. She doesn't go crazy shopping, going overboard, buying things to impress other people. She understands her money and she respects her money. Therefore, she is abundant in her finances because she is aware enough and she's educated enough because she took the time to put in that work. It doesn't happen overnight. If you weren't brought up with the mindset of rich people, if you weren't brought up with the mindset of millionaires and billionaires, where they teach you the laws of money, the rules of money, how to make money, how to keep money, how to multiply money, how to manage your money, how to make the most of your money, how to make your money work for you. If you don't know these things, you will always suffer financially. Because if you look at your parents, are they well off, or are they suffering financially, or are they just getting by? These are again beliefs. So if that is their reality, it's probably your conditioning, meaning it's probably what you are going to manifest for yourself as well. Even if you come into $1 million tomorrow, if your conditioning is to just get by, that $1 million is just going to get you by. You are never going to have extra. You are never going to have more money than you know what to do with, more money to invest, more money to do anything meaningful with, because your conditioning is to just get by. I don't mean to be rude. I don't mean to be harsh. I don't mean to trigger anyone. I'm opening your eyes to the truth so that you can change your conditioning and change your life. Okay, you cannot put a band-aid over a bullet hole. It doesn't fix the problem. It just covers up the symptoms. If you really want to change your life, you need to go to the root. You need to go to the root of the tree and fix the root so that you can have fruit that are good. Another thing about finances, she masters her finances, but also she doesn't entertain broke men, because a broke man doesn't know how to manage his money. That's why he is broke. So that's another thing. A queen knows how to look after her own money. She knows how to make, keep, and multiply her own money. She knows how to manage her own money. She has mastered her finances. And then she also doesn't entertain a broke man, because he will come and undo all of that work that she's done, just like that. Next is a queen chooses her circle carefully. This is important because I'm sure you've heard this before. Any person is the combination of the 5 people they spend most of their time with. So take a look at your circle. Take a look at the 5 people you spend most of your time with. You are a combined version of all of those 5 people. You possess a little bit of all of those people's beliefs, conditioning, and energy. Okay, that's just the way it is. So you need to consider who you surround yourself with as a queen conscious woman. That is why you will find queen conscious women most of the time do not have a lot of friends. They are lonely because they don't have high quality people around them to surround themselves with. So you want to make sure that you are surrounding yourself with high value women. And again, I made a video on how to identify high value women and how to be a high value woman. I will link that video down below and you can watch it after this one. Next is a queen doesn't take advice from commoners. Now, another way of putting this is you will not take advice from someone who doesn't have the results you want in your life. Okay, so you're not going to take financial advice from someone who is broke. You are not going to take relationship advice from someone who has gotten divorced and back together 27 times with the same person and hasn't changed. Okay, that's still a trigger for me, as you can see. So yes, a queen doesn't take advice from people who don't have the results that she wants in her own life. So look at the people that are giving you advice and the people you are taking advice from. Do they have the results that you want in your life? Okay, I'm not going to take financial advice from someone who doesn't have, you know, any money to his name, somebody who is broke, and somebody who doesn't have the mindset around money. Okay, I'm not going to take health advice from somebody who is sick. It just doesn't work that way. The next thing is a queen is always genuine and authentic. There's no need to put on a mask for anyone or to be a certain person for anyone or to change and shapeshift around certain people. Now, if you pay close attention, you will see certain people change depending on their environment and who they are with. And they change to make the other people feel comfortable instead of being yourself and allowing people who are like you to be attracted to you. What do they say? Your vibe attracts your tribe. So if you are being yourself and you're being authentic and you're being your original self, and if people don't like you, why should you change? There will be people who like you and gravitate towards you because they are like you. They are just like you. But if people don't like you and if people don't want to be around you, you should take that as a sign that maybe they are not meant to be in your life. So don't change who you are or how you speak or what you do or the things that you want to talk about, or don't change anything. Don't be less authentic because you want to impress other people. Next is a queen is not a liar or gossiper. And the main reason for this is because she doesn't have time. A queen is too busy being and working on herself and being the best version of herself to gossip about others, to make up lies, to make up stories, to entertain other people with gossip and, you know, complaining and just being negative. A queen doesn't have time for that. If you take a look at the people around you and if you take a look at your own self, maybe you will realize you spend too much time gossiping and talking about other people when you could have been using that time to work on yourself. Be honest. Do you do that? Comment below. Do you gossip about others instead of working on yourself? It takes a lot of self-awareness to recognize and to admit that. But until you recognize and admit patterns, you cannot fix it. Next is a queen is calculated and strategic. So this is important if you want to succeed in anything in life. You need to be calculated, you need to be strategic, you need to have a plan, and you need to know how to execute that plan to get the best possible outcome. Okay? And this works for anything. This works for business, for finance, for relationships, for anything in your life. You need to know what you want. You need to have a clear goal. You need to have a plan. You need to know how to execute that plan. And all of this takes strategy and it takes calculation. A queen doesn't just do things spur of the moment, do things because she wants to do things. She's intentional about every single move she makes. Okay? It's like playing a game of chess. You need to be intentional because you have an outcome in mind. So I want you to think about, what does it mean to you? What does it mean to be a queen conscious woman to you? And at the end of the day, it's up to you. Only you can determine how you love by the type of mindset you adopt and by the type of person that you are. Okay, only you can determine that. And you can decide, do you want to teach this to your daughters, to your children? What life do you want to live? What life do you want to model for them? Only you can decide that. So if you haven't already watched my video on how to identify a high value man, just click there. Or if you want to know how to be a high value woman, click here. Don't forget to subscribe by clicking this round icon right here. Thank you so much for watching my video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.